beloved Ascension Pioneers, and welcome to my Ascension update about learning to embrace everything through love. As you know, I've been speaking about this before and how to really become divine humans, how to embrace our humanness, and learning to love through our Christ itself, the divine Father aspect, and the Holy Spirit self, the divine feminine, divine mother aspect, to really become the adult spiritual beings that we're meant to be. As you know, the purpose of whole creation is to expand life in form. So as we grow in our awareness, the form also expands. This means that the embodiment needs to take place. So this whole week and beyond, it's been really much about Divine Mother, feminine light. For me, I've been seeing the sacred rose symbol everywhere, which is the symbol of the Mother Mary and many other divine goddesses that embody the Divine Mother light. And this message will come through this love. And this means to really share about how do we do it ourselves. How do we really become love in action, you know? So as you know, everything sounds so much easier on paper, and words can have a very much glittery effect, and nothing is really as strong as our love when it becomes a force in living action. So sometimes when the physical occurrences take place, we don't always know how to work with the things that we know in our awareness. So this is what true awareness is, when you know how to embody it. Otherwise, it's just knowledge. So this is what this video will touch upon. So when we're really growing in our spiritual adulthood, it means that we're becoming new divine humans. This means that we need to embrace the core of our humanness. What makes us humans, really? We're not some form of spiritual robots that just, are cold or lifeless. We're not warm. We're not compassionate. We're just seeing things from a higher perspective, but that never really delve deep enough into our human form. So to be a compassionate new human means that you're loving and you're kind and you're supportive. At the same time, you're detached but not cold. You're warm. You're very supportive and you're very welcoming in the human experience. And this is what actually births the love of humanity. It's the love for your own human nature, your own humankind, and to embrace all of your human experiences. So when we deal with other people and other situations, what often takes place is the control aspect comes into mind. And something happens, for example, and we don't like it. There's something, let's say it's from falsehood. It's not within the realms of truth. And we know it, and we deeply know it. And just this week, I was watching a video, this reading this amazing woman does, and she was sharing something about when you know that something's your truth and somebody will have an opinion about you, but you still need to walk your truth regardless. It might seem scary, and you might see projections of where this will lead you, but still you need to walk your truth. And this is what we're mastering on this level of our embodiment. It's to how to embrace everything, no matter what it is, with love. For me personally, I really don't have a problem with people forming opinions about me, because everybody's entitled to opinion, although it's not coming from love. Opinions are mind-based. But still, we're in different paths of our soul evolution, and I don't mind. The only thing that I really do mind about is when people start to gossip and spread lies and rumors and start going against the truth. Start going against love. This is when my heart really gets passionate about this, because this is when we bring toxic energy, poisonous energy, into our own human expansion. What this means is that we really don't understand when we do that, and we engage in that kind of dense activities and mental activities, is that we really don't understand that there's basic spiritual laws and creation principles that govern the whole existence. And when we go against them, we don't understand that we, as a part of that creation, we start bringing toxic energy not just to ourselves and to another person maybe we're engaging with, or a group or a circle of beings, but we bring it to the collective field as well. And as you know, Earth already has enough with all this cleansing and everything. And then when we, supposed to be aware beings, are doing this, we're bringing even more clutter, more toxic energy into the collective. So we're continuously bringing this toxic energy to the collective field, and we're not taking responsibility for what we're doing. And what takes place is that, not just that, every thought, everything that we've ever thought about, if it was not pure, if it didn't come through love, it went into the universe. It went in the entire existence. So I wonder why so many people talk about love, and yet they don't understand how much they are a part of that love, or acting against it in forgetfulness and falsehood. So what takes place in these things is we really don't understand why we're doing it. Because the moment you will really understand yourself as a holographic being, intrinsically connected with all life in creation, you won't engage in anything that negative, because you will understand your impact. You will understand your mastery, your influence, your responsibility. And sometimes it saddens me when I see that there's still people who say they're spiritual, they say they're in oneness, but they engage in activities that are really low. Let's take an example of being attacked by somebody. Sometimes I've even experienced these forms when people literally want to molest you over emails. They harass you. You don't understand that this is a form of harassment when you continuously, you threaten somebody even. That's harassment, that's not love. And now I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that something really negative takes place. I'm not saying that it has to be so, but let's say that it's something somebody did that's negative, and you are the one who's seeing it. And how would love respond? How would you embrace threat to love? First of all, you can't control another person. You can't control. The same way when somebody who's in love and sees another one who's doing these acts that are not coming from love, you also can't control them. What you can do is you can offer compassion, and you really go within and practice the peaceful approach with your own inner awareness. That's what we do as Ascension Pioneers and Pillars of Light. That's how we embody love. So what we can do is, let's say there's something negative being done, and let's say somebody accuses somebody. That's not really an approach of love. Accusations, harassments, and judgments, and pointing fingers and saying, stop doing this, or I've experienced this myself. There were little threats coming from people. Stop doing this, and I'm like, why? You cannot stop love. There's beings who are not within love that cannot understand that you can't stop love. I cannot stop expressing the love that flows through me, through everything that I do, that I share, my art, everything that I sing, that I express. It's all love. You can't put a stop of it. Even if I lose this physical form, I will still exist as a being, and I will continue to work on my purpose. That's the whole thing. That was the whole message of Jesus. He came, he lost his physical form. He knew that he was going to ascend, but he will work on other realms of experience, because it was too much density on that level. He couldn't penetrate deep enough. So he knew on that level his purpose was served. He went on to move to another level, because you cannot control what other people are doing. So when love acts, love accepts. And within that acceptance, what takes place is you offer a compassionate approach to somebody. You don't work against them. You embrace them with love. So let's say somebody really did something negative. What are you really going to do? And how are you really going to contribute if you judge them? Isn't that person already not by themselves causing separation? Are you going to help when you're going to finger point and you're going to say, stop doing this? Or you're going to harass them, or you're going to keep poking them? What are you going to really help them? Is that love? Is that unity approach? I mean, there's people who are accusing other people that they're not in unity consciousness. I'm seeing this in the New Age community all the time. And what's happening is just people attacking other people when they're saying that it's all about love. And they're using an excuse of that's the human approach. It's an excuse. I mean, true humans that are divine, humans that embrace their divine nature, do not do that to other people or to other beings in creation. It's not just people, animals, plants, minerals. So what we can do in that, either way, an injustice happened to us, and we're innocent, or we really did something negative, and there's other people who are attacking us. That's not really helping. So we need to see this from an angelic point of view, from our compassionate eyes, from our higher self observer that's detached but not cold. It's warm, it's loving. So what love does, love embraces and offers a hand and assistance. That's unity consciousness, people. Separation consciousness is harassment. It's blame, it's judgment, it's saying somebody stop doing this. This threat, don't you understand that's threatening somebody? I mean, it's like watching a movie when terrorists, they come and they threaten what they're going to do. That's so much conditionality there. You can't stop love. You can't stop an expression that's meant to come through, even if it's something negative. If somebody wants to experience this on their own, you need to allow them. You can remove yourself, you can disengage, you can become a compassionate observer while seeing the higher picture, but you cannot force somebody. You cannot control them. Control is a form of fear. Love embraces and love shares in unity. So when I myself personally experience attack, and I was harassed even by emails, and I saw there's even people spreading lies about me. The only thing that I could do, being and really remaining my dignity and grace, is just remain a compassionate observer, realize that these beings are not within unity consciousness, and remain in unity consciousness with myself. Because if I engaged by just feeding off of this energy that they're putting into the collective, I would also engage in it, and I would therefore consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't matter, either way, I would create those same energy thought forms and action forms. So in the matter, I would bring this energy of fear instead of love. So when you yourself are in the middle of such a situation, work with the energy of the sword of truth, work with the truth of one. Know that there's levels of universal principles and laws that you, when you become conscious, really conscious of yourself and the entire creation, not just your egoic projections that say, this was injustice, or this person did that to me, so they must be like this and that, and you think you got it all figured out. Remember, first rule of being a benevolent being, not fear-based being, pure benevolence, is that you know that you can never, no matter how much spirit guided you are, you can never know better for somebody else as they will learn to know about themselves. You need to allow them to do that, because it's not their life that you're living. Spirit can show you visions, and you can see for them, and you can advise them, you can help guide them and hold their hand, if that's what you're guided to do, but you cannot project, and you cannot become entangled in their own story, in their own creation, what they're choosing. Walk your choices, be in mastery. Don't do that, because I see so many people get involved in this ego that is just a rut. It keeps us in this infinite loop that it's just human turning against another humans. So let's say somebody says, you did this, you are a fraud, or, I see people dealing too much with other people every day. And when they're sharing on Facebook, I wonder if these people are real, or they're hoaxers, or they're this and that. It's like, who even cares? When you walk your journey in your own self-mastery, you don't care. It's because you focus on being the love that other people can also see the love. You don't pinpoint every detail in their journey. You don't dig into their records or whatever. You don't, it's like, I'm going to expose them. It's like light of truth. When you remain in truth, exposes everything naturally, and things are just, everything that's stinky, that's in a rut, starts pouring out when you remain in your love essence. Love does not point fingers, love does not blame, love does not anything like that. Love does not spread rumors. It doesn't deal with others in that matter. It's just nothing there. And the only thing why that happens is because of a lot of people who say they're spiritual. They can't deal with their shadow, and they say they have it all figured out. And I keep seeing this over and over again, and sometimes I'm saddened by it, I must admit, because I see, why are we doing this? We could have such heaven on earth already, not projected somewhere in the near future, because we keep using a form of expression that's just human nature as an excuse. It's not. I need to give it to you straight. It's not human nature. Human beings, at the beginning of their creation, they were created as perfect light being forms of pure grace. Later, when these distortions started taking place, we started using all these excuses, and fear began to drive us, and all of that. And now we just say, that's just human nature, so eye to eye, it's like an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. That's what's happening. And if you really are in unity consciousness, like a lot of people are saying, but they're acting differently, that's the whole thing. If you are, you will never do those things that you see. Even if it's something negative, you won't finger point, you won't say, I will expose this person. Because let me remind you, each person that has a right to speech, that has a right of self-expression, I'm sure that there's a video or a page or whatever it is that speaks badly about them. I'm sure of it, even about me. I don't even mind to look at that, because it's irrelevant for my purpose. The only thing that I care, and that's always in my prayers, is, Spirit, please protect my purpose, that it's pure, that the light of the truth remains untainted. That's all I desire. I don't care about opinions, about anything like that, because this purpose is not personal, people. It's about sharing and becoming the truth in living incarnation, becoming the avatar self-masters that we can all be. That's our natural birthright when we become birthed through the light of Source and the creation of the Mother. So when we walk into this journey of becoming new humans, that's really important to take a look at. And I remember years ago I read in these books from Patricia Corey, when the Syrian High Council was speaking, they said, the moment you say to yourself, I got it all figured out, your growth stops, your expansion stops, because you literally think, I know it all. Especially when you say you know it all for other people and you start entangling yourself in their situation. Don't do that, because you're going to get messy. You're going to get everything messy. It's not your job. And if something bugs you about another, or you think you got it all figured out about another, you don't. You never will. You can remove yourself. You cannot resonate with something. You can remove toxic situations or people, whatever you feel, but you not dwell in them. That's not what love does. Love just expresses itself in each way and knows the freedom of the self-expression and knows it cannot be stopped. And whoever is saying to other people, even if it's negative, stop doing, it's acting from control, and control is fear-based. Flow is love-based. Fear is control. So I'm really putting this at your heart, that when you, not that you're doing this as an Ascension Pioneer, but when you confront this somewhere in an example, in a situation with a person, or you're being accused of things, or you're seeing lies and rumors being spread, and remember, you have a voice, you have a heart. You don't have to react to it, because the moment you do, you become a part of it. And you're also consciously or subconsciously putting these thought forms in the whole, in the collective. And you're a part of it, so that's what you're choosing to co-create. Instead, be love. Always be love. Choose love. Love is not self-righteous. Love is only kind. It's supportive. It's self-expressive. It knows no other things but just to express. I mean, its existence. I mean, nobody can stop me in the way that I express myself. No matter what they say, I cannot stop doing what I do, because otherwise I have no more purpose here on this planet, you see, and I lose this body and I go. I don't mind. But, you know, the whole purpose here is to perfect our form, to perfect our creations. And the moment we stop this, or somebody says stop this, it's we stop love. And that's not really love. People, whoever is saying this is really delusional, because it's not love. When you harass somebody, when you accuse somebody, when you force somebody into something, you're no better than the people you're saying that they're the government or the shadow people or whatever it is. You're no better when you're engaging in these activities in these ways. You think you are, you think you're a spiritual warrior, whatever you are, but this is not the way. I mean, this is how we are destroying our nature environment. It's not just physical pollution, it's mental pollution. You're a conscious spiritual adult. You need to become aware of everything you put out, not just by words and deeds, what you think. Even if it's a slight bad thought, you can always neutralize it with love. Love neutralizes everything. It's not so bad as as it sounds when you listen through the mind. But in your heart, you know that everything through love is neutralized like this. Because love is this absolute space when everything is perfect and whole. And the moment you become aware of what you might be doing or other people might be doing, and you see it, you can neutralize it, become the agent of change. Change starts within. And this is how we're really going to become conscious self-masters. We no longer have to follow masters. We're becoming as masters when we are this way, when we embrace that kind of awareness. When we embrace our true human heritage as how we were created in the first place, and how we're now expanding into that light of truth. Okay, we are the agents of change, and we know that it's everything that's not formed of love will dissolve. Even if it's a lie or rumor or gossip or anything like that, it will dissolve eventually, because anything that it doesn't come from the core of truth has a very short stamina. So it has a very short life period. And it won't survive for a long time, because everything that's fed through love is eternal. Love is eternal. It's a force that cannot be, taken or whatever. You can modify. You can try to modify many versions of it, but at the core, what is love is love. And anything that is not based from love will dissolve. It will change shapes and forms. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we will come back to the purity of nothing but other pure love. So, my beloveds, really think about this. It's not just about you, it's also the world that you see out there. You have a voice, you have a heart. You're becoming an intelligent, emotionally vulnerable and open human being. You're not a robot. You're not supposed to suppress your shadow side, because a shadow is not really anything dark in a way that we might have perceived it, because, we were shown this image that darkness is negative. Darkness, in truth, it's an archetype for the divine creation void space of the womb. And this is where new things transform and, they flourish in the birth, divine birth. So it's not really scary. And when you will embrace even the negative aspects that you maybe were engaging in, then you will really be able to make them whole again. Not by projecting it to others and everybody else has a problem but you. The moment we think we got it all figured out, it stops. Our expansion will stop because we stop the flow of love. Keep your heart open, keep it pure, keep it warm. That's where warmth comes from, an open heart. It's really cold outside now, but I really feel warm because of the love. I love you guys so much. I'm sure that many of you know, but if you don't know, please just try to feel how much. I love the truth so much. I love speaking it out. I know that we still have so much opportunities, but seeds of potential are everywhere, but it's for us to make them real. Everything always just stays in an ethereal imprint if we never make it real in form. That's the whole purpose of creation. And that's it for today. I hope this message reached somebody at least, and know that it was meant for my heart space. And as always, so much love, wisdom, and power, and I'll see you in my next update. Take care. Bye-bye.